looks absolutely stunning. You can see how smooth it's running as well. And now, as that's running, let's check it out at an angle. In theory, you shouldn't see any difference, and I've had a look. You don't see any sort of reduction in quality at an angle. Let's come in more. Hi there, so today we're unboxing an OLED TV. So this particular one is by LG and it's the 55 C9 PLA model. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So the screen size on this one is 55 inch. I was debating on whether to get the 65 inch, but for my setup it may have been too big, and price wise the price was a big jump. So I purchased this from John Lewis for £1,299. and going to a 65 inch would have been £2,000, so a massive jump. Now in terms of sizing, looking at my setup here, it should in theory just about fit in between the two speakers. Now my existing one was an LED TV by Samsung. Picture quality was great, but I wanted to update only because this year PlayStation 5 is coming out and I wanted to buy it specifically for gaming purposes. So this one has HDMI 2.1 on there, and performance wise it can give frame rates of up to 120 frames per second. So I was debating whether to go for this particular one or the Philips Ambilight, and the Ambilight doesn't support 2.1. So I thought, let me go for this, better option for sure. So let's have a brief look at the packaging. So it comes in a pretty large box, obviously due to the size of it. And coming down here, you can see OLED display, ThinQ AI, intelligent processor, Dolby Vision Atmos, AI sound 40 watts. And then coming down here, you've got NVIDIA G-Sync, works with Apple AirPlay and works with Apple HomeKit. Other side is exactly the same as that. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Now I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging. Just to note, if we look in the box, there was some foam in there. That was in there and I had to pull that out, and all the bits and pieces were underneath that. Now coming over to the items you get a remote control. Let me take the plastic off that. Glossy underneath, matte finish on top, light feel like any other remote, and button quality feels fairly good. Comes with 2 batteries, most devices do these days. Got some screws for attaching the stand to the screen. Got a clip for cable management, remote control manual, energy rating sticker. Get a lot of documents with this. So first of all, one relates to the streaming service, Rakuten TV. So movies on this one. This is multi-language. Then you've got a owner's manual, safety regulatory manual, and this is multi-language again. Next, we've got a piece of paper highlighting it's Alexa enabled, it seems. Details on cleaning the TV, guarantee details, different product details, more instructions on how to use it, card for registering your guarantee, additional cover document here, document highlighting the content, and if I open it up, shows how to get the TV connected up. And then coming on this side, it shows how to get the stand attached to the TV. Next, you have details on how to get the TV removed from the box and set up, how to hold it as well. So they're just recommending not to hold it at the top edges, hold it bottom and side. Next, we have some mount related items. So the top one there and the middle one is for table mount, and the one down there relates to wall mount, and that's to cover up some of the fixtures on the back if you're going to mount it on a wall. So all plasticky finish on this one. Coming onto this one, bit of weight to this. So your TV would be sitting up here, facing that way. So this is the rear area, and if I pull this up, cable management in there, so that's quite good as well. So you can get all your cables slotting into the area there. And with this part here, so it slots into position like this, and then you can just screw in the points underneath, and then you screw in to attach to the back of the TV. The plate here, just to highlight, all metal, and coming on here, got a metal finish underneath. The rest is all plasticky and very strong build quality to it. Let's set up the stand because I'm not going to be wall mounting the TV. So I've shown this briefly before. So the area on the stand here, there's 2 notches here, and there's notches on this, and it just slots into position. 3 screw holes, we just need to screw them in. So there, there, and there. There you go, it's attached now. And if I flip it over, you can see that's going to be the front, that's the back, and the TV sits on this part. Next, let me remove the TV from the packaging, and just to note, the panel itself is very thin, as you can see, so I recommend not touching it from there, and thicker areas down here, and there's a slot where you can just about put your hand in and then lift it out. So let me get a hand, taking this out, lay it on a flat surface, and I can show you the connection points on there, and we can install the stand. I've laid the TV on the box, so the box is just underneath there. Just a note, power cable's just over here, 3-pin plug there, and showing the connection points. So first of all, stand connection points here. You can see the 4 screw holes. You can see the connection points here, so optical, digital, audio out, audio here, and we've got a LAN connection, 2 USBs, HDMI here, normal terrestrial TV antenna there, and we've got a cable for FreeSat. Coming in that side, you can see USB in, there's 3 HDMI ports here, and a card slot there, so PCMCIA. And that's all the ports you have on this. Let's attach the stand now. So let me put it into position, come in like so, and you can see the 4 holes there. So it's just a matter of sliding it upwards. And there you go. In position. See the 4 holes here for the screws now. If I adjust it slightly, there you go. You can just about see it. So I'll just tighten up the screws now. Four screws are in now, and you can actually put this over just to tidy it up so you don't see it. And if you wanted to remove it, you just lift the clip up and it pops up. So easy to take out again. There you go, the TV's on the stand now, and positioning wise it's worked out perfect. So you can see my speakers either side, and it just fitted in perfectly. Now in terms of size and thickness, it's ridiculously thin if you look at the top. If I just put my finger next to it, just to give you an idea. So thin, looks amazing. Now, take note of the stand. That's one thing to be aware of. Sticks out quite a bit at the back, obviously to hold the weight of it. Now, in terms of dimensions, the depth coming in from there right to the back, that's 26 centimeters, and the length of the stand from here to here came in at 98 centimeters. Cable length for the power is 135 centimeters, so you can see the power cable just over there. Space wise it's worked out good because my Samsung one had legs sticking out like so. I didn't really like that, but this is a hell of a lot better really. Now, nice alternative would be really just to wall mount it. So that would actually flush it against the wall completely, and that will do away with all this, and I've got all the space back for the cabinet, but we'll see about that later on. Now at the back of the TV, if I pull off the flap for cable management, I can run all my cables in there. So there's all the cables ready to be plugged in. I'll just place them in position and put the flap back on. So at least it's nice and tidy. There you go, that's all in. And now it's just a matter of plugging these in. All cables are connected now, so a couple of things to be aware of. If you're going to be plugging in an aerial cable and it's flush against the wall, you want something that's going to be angled. It doesn't stick out as much. So this has an adapter on. That's the only reason this is like that. And then obviously same with things like optical cables and Ethernet as well, to keep it nice and tight. Ethernet probably not too bad. You can just bend that down as I'm showing there. One thing to keep in mind with the TV is the power cable is attached directly to the TV. There's no way of removing this. Now, if you did have a situation where you had limited space and you wanted to run this cable and the space was quite tight, you may run into issues and you may think, take the cable, chop the plug off and put a new plug on. Keep in mind that could possibly invalidate your warranty. So someone mentioned that to me recently, that if you do think of doing that, you may not have it covered under your warranty. So keep that in mind regarding it. Okay, all connected up. So next thing you want to do is peel off the stickers. So one here. And then that's the screen protector on there. Peel that off. Wow. There you go. Next, let me put the batteries in. Let's make a start at setting this up. So everything's plugged in. I'll just power it on from the remote. Give it a moment to start. WebOS written on there. Please press the OK wheel button on your remote, and that's indicated in the picture, and that's the circle there. Here we go. Where are you? Confirm your location and language settings. So English for me and United Kingdom, so all good there. So mode will be home. Get connected. So if I click on here just to show, there's also a Wi-Fi available on here. If you didn't have a wired connection, you could just go directly to Wi-Fi. So okay with that. So mine's wired in. Okay, so it's connected to the internet. Let's click next to that. We'll agree to all the terms and conditions and agree. Okay, we'll select all on user agreement. Now it's saying get ready to watch TV. Click start on this. TV has found 0 connected devices. That's fine. We'll just click OK to that. How do you get your TV signal? We'll just do TV only. Let me enter in a postcode. I've entered in a postcode. Let me click enter. OK to that. Program tuning now, so antenna, cable or satellite. It's an antenna I've got, so I can just leave that and just click next. Digital only search, that's fine. There you go, all done. The TV's now set up, and just to mention about the remote control, you've got selection here, up, down, left, right, and you've got a scroll wheel. And it also doubles up as a mouse pointer. So once you get into the mouse pointer mode, you can actually just navigate like so, just pointing around. So let me turn the TV on now. You can see, you can scroll along like so. And if I select with the middle, and if I scroll, you can see the mouse pointer turns on. So quite nice having that, gives you a quick way to maneuver around. You can see how quickly it works. And I don't need to be pointing directly at the TV. You can see I'm pointing towards myself and it's still working. So very good functionality on this. Let me run through the options you have on the TV. So if I go to settings and coming in at the side, you can see here picture mode. It's on eco at the moment. So if I select that, now moving on from eco, if I go backwards first of all, you can see standard, vivid, and we come back again, and cinema, sports, game, HDR, effect, Technicolor, expert, expert bright room, and expert dark room. Let's put it back to eco for now. Coming down, aspect ratio, you can change that to original, full wide, 4:3, vertical zoom, and all direction zoom. Coming down, you've got sound mode and it's on standard. If I come across cinema, clear voice, sports, music, and game. And then Dolby surround, that's off at the moment. I'll turn it on and you can see at the top it flips over to standard user. Next, if I come down on sound out, we select that. You can see it's on internal speaker plus optical. So if I come along, you can see internal speaker there plus wired headphones. Coming back, wired headphones, audio out, line out, VISA speakers, Bluetooth, HDMI, ARC, optical, and internal TV speaker. Okay, let's leave it on what it was before. So it was internal TV speaker plus optical. So that's fine for my needs because I've got an optical cable coming out of the TV into my amplifier. Coming down, sleep timer off, so you can have it on a sleep timer, so after a certain period it will just automatically turn off. Next we've got network connected to wired. If I select that, it comes into this, so it's a further enhanced options for the settings. So if I come across, you can see there the name of the TV, confirms it's wired. This is where you can connect to Wi-Fi if you wanted to. Device connector, so this is where you connect up other devices. So mobile TV on, so allows you to turn on the TV with a smart device. Screen sharing settings, HDMI device settings, link to devices for voice control, and that's it in there. If I come across, go to general, that's just general details, the date and time, timers, AI service, account management, eco mode, about this TV, additional settings, reset to initial settings, that's factory reset. Coming back and looking in there, you've got safety, you can turn on parental locks on here, let's come down, and accessibility. Coming on there, you can see audio guidance, pointer options, menu transparency, subtitles, audio description, hard of hearing, high contrast, and that's it. That's all you have in terms of settings. Coming back from there, let's go back in there, and the three dots takes you back into that menu options. If I click on there, you can see it there. And it's just another way of viewing it. You can see all the same options we saw before. Now let's take a look at guide. So if I press that on the remote, TV guide appears. You've got a guide on all the channels. You can see what's coming on. And if I now click on it, it will give you more details coming back from there. And if I scroll over here, on now, clicking here, programs. If I click on that one, you've got TV guide. Recordings, so unwatched recordings. This is where you can actually view what's been recorded. Coming on to TV scheduler. These are all the items scheduled to record. So that's all the guide options. Now, if I click home on the remote, you can see the additional services here. So if I now scroll across, there's quite a few there. And coming up, so this is content store. So if I come to YouTube, for instance, there you go. This is their app store. So this is not installed by default. So let me click install. Simple as that to get it installed. If I click OK to that and we launch it, okay, you can sign in, but I'm going to skip that. And there you go, as simple as that to get an app installed. Now, if I come back to home, come across, and there you go. If I go to content store now, you can see all the apps available for you to install. Close the notification, and I can just scroll along and have a look at what's available. So you've got featured and TV shows, selecting that. Obviously you've got to have subscribed services for this. So looking at the side, that's Amazon Prime, and then you've got Apple TV and Disney Plus. Coming up, going to movies, and again, other subscribed services there. Okay, now coming up, going to apps, and there's all the apps. So if I scroll to here, go to all, just shows you all the apps that are there. So scrolling down just gives you a rough idea. And if I go across, go to game, these are all the games on there. Okay, let's go for the next one, entertainment, life, education, news and info. Okay, and that lists your apps that you have installed. So I've got 3 apps currently installed. If we go to hot at the top, I guess they're the popular ones you've got on here. Let's have a look. So TV casts, stream online videos to your LG smart TV. So nice, it's got quite a few apps on there. So now if I come back from there, go back to home, and you can see down here, the ones you get installed, they just get listed below. Now coming back, you've got music. So if I click on that one, here you can see my playlists, server 1, which is my NAS server, and sample music on internal storage. So you can play music directly off this as well. Let's come back from here. Photos. So looking on here, you can see my media server, captured images on the internal storage. So you can see here, it says it's got 2 gig free and there's 4 gig available. Sample video and sample photo. That's on internal storage. Coming back, you got web browser. So you can just type in your URL and go to a web page. Now, if I turn the cursor on, there you go. Simple as that, and it's working. Let's come back from here. Then finally, you got gallery. New theme has been added. Just agree to this. And there's the photos. Let's just pick a random one here. There you go. You can just have it as a piece of art. So it just looks like a picture on the wall. So if you had it flush on the wall, it would look pretty cool, really. And then home dashboard. And now looking on here, you can see connection guide, AirPlay, live TV antenna, server 1, media server, that's my server, and internal speakers, and how to connect other devices. Come in again, and then you've got search. So you can search for things if you wanted to. Interface wise, it feels good. The performance is very nice and responsive. I found on my old Samsung it was a bit sluggish and it wasn't responding as quickly. This one seems to be processing the requests very good. I like the functionality on the remote, the fact it can turn into a mouse cursor and let you navigate very quickly on there. Smart functionality wise, it's nice. It can actually automatically see my NAS server on the network. So that has DNLA running on there. So it's a service which will be presenting movies, music, and pictures on there. So it's good, it can connect automatically on there, no messing around with that. Let's test out voice control. So now if I press the voice control button on the remote, start YouTube.
Going to YouTube app.
There you go, YouTube starts up. Search Geek Street Travels.
The YouTube video found for the keyword Geek Street Travels.
There you go. And then I can just cycle through the videos. How cool is that? Okay, if I come up, scroll down a little bit. Let's select this one. Now if I go down arrow, come across, and we just confirm it is 4K, and there you go, 4K selected. Coming back onto there. Wow. Looks absolutely stunning. You can see how smooth it's running as well. And now, as that's running, let's check it out at an angle. In theory, shouldn't see any difference, and I've had a look. You don't see any sort of reduction in quality at an angle. Let's come in more. Very smooth, picture quality is absolutely amazing, and you see for yourself when you're looking at an angle, picture quality still remains pretty good. My LED was absolutely rubbish at an angle, so my Samsung LED, when I looked at an angle, it was slightly brighter, so the colors would be a little bit washed out, but you don't get that with this. Voice control wise, it works pretty well. So you can name the channel or the number of the channels on. So if I hold down the mic, I can say BBC News. And it finds the 2 variants of the channel, one standard definition and the other one is HD, and then you can just pick the one you want. So that's quite a nice facility to have. Obviously, you don't have to flick around trying to find a channel. And then you can use the number as well. So I could say channel 101. And there you go, flips over to the channel. Picture quality wise, on HD is pretty good, the TV. Now if I flick over to standard definition, no surprise there, it's not so great in terms of picture quality. You can see it's blurred out a bit more. Let's go back to HD just to show you the difference. Obviously it's not 4K, keep that in mind. But for HD, picture clarity is very good. Just to highlight the bezel around the screen, so I've measured it and it's about 0.9 of a centimeter going around, and just to show you the thickness coming up close, and if I put my finger in, it will just give you an idea what to expect. One of the features of this TV is that it supports HDMI 2.1. Now what that enables is fast transfer rates. So in theory it can support 4K at 120 frames per second. But at this moment in time of me making this video, there are no consoles available that have that sort of performance available on there. So looking on my Xbox One, in the resolution, you can see 4K Ultra HD. If I flip down, they're the other resolutions. Now refresh rate, if I change that from 60 Hertz to 120 Hertz, and you can see the refresh rate isn't supported. So if I keep this new resolution, this is what it takes it down to, so 1440p. So keep that in mind, existing consoles are unable to support 120 Hertz. Now coming over to 4K TV details, you can see there, so your TV resolution, watching movies and TV's got some details there. Coming back, video modes, allow 50 Hertz, allow 24 Hertz, allow auto low latency mode, tick that. Auto variable refresh rate, allow 4K, allow HDR10 and allow Dolby Vision. Gaming wise, I've now got Fortnite running on my Xbox and this is 4K at the moment at 60 frames per second. Performance is very good on this. We flip it around just so you can see for yourself, it doesn't struggle in any way. So definitely a good TV for gaming. And again, size-wise, the immersion is great. 55-inch on this one. If you go bigger, even better, I'd say, really. But price-wise, £2,000 is a lot of money to be paying. But nice, very good. I'm impressed. Next, just to highlight, you can plug a PC directly to the screen. So my one's connected via a HDMI cable and I'm getting 4K at 60 Hertz, so 60 frames per second. And just to show, it's just down here at the side. So no reason why you can't do that and even do gaming via that method. NVIDIA G-Sync on there. So looking in the NVIDIA control panel, you can see just there in the corner, you've got apply following changes, enable G-Sync. You can connect a laptop wirelessly to the TV, so let me briefly show that. So I'm at my laptop, if I click here in the corner, you can see the connect option. If I click there, searching for devices, it's found the TV. If I click on it, let's give it a moment, and now it's displayed. There you go, simple as that. So if you wanted a secondary screen, it's as simple as that to get going. Performance wise, it's great as well. Streaming services wise, there's many free ones there. So you've got iPlayer, ITV Hub 4 and My5. And now if I go to iPlayer, okay, select who's watching. And there you go, you can just flip through the different BBC channels if you wanted to. If I just come on to streaming of this, and there you go. Works very well. And again, that is streaming, so pretty impressive. Next thing to show is plugging in a USB memory stick. So I've got a USB stick in there at the moment. I click here on sources and you can see there flash disk. If I click on there, photo and video, it'll open it up. And then if we navigate to the folder, which has a file, there's a file there. It's a video recorded in 4K. You can see it doesn't struggle in any way. Very smooth playback on there. Clarity wise in 4K, it is absolutely stunning. Next, let me show how to record on a memory stick. So I've got my USB stick plugged in there. If I go to guide, we can select our channel out of the selection there, pick it. And now if I go into cursor mode, you can see a start recording option and then start live playback, recordings and subtitle language. So if I just hit restart recording, just shows you details about the memory card, then you can just hit record and recording has started. So how cool is that? You can record directly onto a memory card with this. Once it's done, obviously go over, you can stop it, stop and save. You can say do not save if you wanted to, or change the end time. So you can set an end time for this as well. So at the moment, it's 50 minutes until it stops recording. So it will just record this program. Okay, it's recorded now. If I flip over to it, there it is, click it, and playback's there. So that's pretty cool functionality. You can plug a memory card in and just record straight onto there. And you can record a show or extend the period of recording as well. Let's test out sound levels coming out of the TV. So I've got my sound level meter here, and let's go quiet for a moment. Ambient noise levels are about 36.5 decibels. So now if I play a video, and we'll turn the volume onto max. Sound quality is really good on this. I have to admit, the fact that on maximum, it doesn't struggle, that's the first thing. Sound level wise, got up to 89 decibels. That's pretty loud really. For a flat screen TV, generally sound quality is rubbish on these things, but this one, sound quality is really good. Speakers are located just underneath the TV. So there's one there and just one in this location. And very impressive, really is. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this LG OLED TV. This is the 55 C9 model. Picture quality is absolutely stunning on here, and you've seen for yourself, I've demoed it, even at an angle, there's no loss of quality. Lots of functionality, lots of smart functionality on there. You've got apps you can install on there. You can plug in a USB key, record onto there, play off there. You can stream stuff onto it. Really impressive bit of kit. So there you go. I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.